where it can't really do much. Great Tusk comes out. This is where it might be beneficial to switch back in the Amoonguss. Flare Mate stays asleep, that's fine. We get a Heat Wave off, it misses Amoonguss, doesn't it? No, it misses Great Tusk. That... Oh, we missed both with Heat Wave? What is this? What? Oh, man. Come on. Yo, what's going on today, peeps? As you see, we're back here with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ranked battles, and today I've got a different one for you. I'm using Trick Room, and I don't think I've really ever used Trick Room before. I think I might have featured it in a video so far. Real quick while I'm looking at this needs to be changed to Fairy. So as you can see, we're running Trick Room, and since we're already here, let's just get right on into it. Let's go to the Cresselia. So we're rocking Cresselia here, the premier Trick Room setter here in the format. This should be a bold nature. I don't know why I didn't have this fixed before. And this is kind of the set we're running. We got Mental Orb to deal with taunts from, what's that Pokemon's name? Tornadus. I say this every time. That way we can't get taunted. We get Trick Room up. We're rocking Fairy Terra, so we can resist or do neutral. I can't remember if Dark is resisting. I think Fairy resists Dark, if I remember right. Either way, Fairy Terra, so we don't get super affected by Pokemon like Dark Urshifu, stuff like that. As far as moves goes, we're kind of being toxic. Instead of running Protect on Cresselia, we're going to run Ally Switch. You know, it's kind of funny to just... I feel like most people don't expect Ally Switch on Cresselia. Most people run Protect on it. So I kind of wanted to be toxic and run Ally Switch anyways. We got Lunar Blessing for recovery, Trick Room, of course, and then Psychic, you know, a move that can deal damage. And that pretty much sums it up for the Cresselia. We're rocking as much bulk as we possibly can. So we want Cresselia to stay on the field, heal teammates, disrupt with Ally Switch, you know, speed control with Trick Room. You know how it goes with Cresselia. And then as far as the other Trick Room mode goes, we have Glastrier, however you say its name. I suck with Pokemon names. And Glastrier is... I have Ice Terror type. I might change this when we go into battle. So if we say it, I'll say something if I change it. But we're rocking Glastrier, you know, Citrus Berry for recovery. I was debating between Clear Amulet and Citrus Berry. And I think I'd rather have the recovery, even though we do have Cresselia on the team. I think it's just nice to have that self-recovery, and I don't really see myself needing the Clear Amulet very often. And if I do, so be it. You know, we have Chilling Neigh. Maybe we can pick up a knockout, get that attack stage boosted up. As far as moves, we got the Icicle Crash, Stomping Tantrum, Heavy Slime, Protect. I feel like this is pretty standard. Max HP, max attack. No speed investment just because, I mean, we should only be using this thing in Trick Room, you know. And then we get to what I consider the two flex Pokemon, Amoonguss and Landorus. Both of these Pokemon kind of function in Trick Room and outside of Trick Room, depending on, you know, what's on the field, what the opponent has. We'll start with the Amoonguss. The Amoonguss set's the same set I always run, except, quick note here, we have Dark Terra, finally, and Rocky Helmet for the Urshifus out there. Or even, like, I noticed the Rocky Helmet can break the multi-skill of Dragonite, which is always pretty nice. So it's nice to have there. Then we have Landorus. Now, Landorus is a Pokemon I've really been testing, and I really enjoy using. I can see why a lot of people hate this Pokemon, just because, you know, Intimidate, pivots out. I mean, it does absurd amounts of damage. Now, the set that I like the most is Choice Band, because this thing just pumps damage. It's like not even fair how much damage this thing does. And I was trying him on a different team, actually, not this one. And I did a Terra Ground Earthquake Choice Band. I mean, it's insane how much damage Terra Ground Choice Band does for Landorus. As far as Terra type goes, we have Terra Ground. I could always change that to a defensive Terra typing, or maybe even Terra Flying. A lot of people run Terra Flying, Terra Blast, but I don't have Terra Blast on this set because I wanted to rock Earthquake. Because, you know, beside Cresselia, you can just throw out Earthquakes like crazy. As far as the EV spread goes, it's actually max HP or max attack and max speed, Adamant Nature. So I could go through and change this. You know, I had, like I said, you saw it right here. I kind of had a bulky spread. I was kind of working with different spreads. But right now we're rocking max HP, max attack. That's kind of what I'm defaulting to. I might kind of refine this team and maybe even use it again for another video. Because I kind of like this team, the way it works. But other than that, we have a pretty standard Chi Yu set. You know, Terra Grass, Focus Sash, typical moves. Actually, I'll put Terra Blast on this little fella. Max speed, max special attack. Flutter main. This is the bulky Flutter main that I've been using for the last few videos. Booster Energy, Terra Fair. Nothing special there. The main things to really look out for are these three: Landorus, Glacier, and Cresselia. Because I've never really used these Pokemon before. I might have used Cresselia. I can't remember if I've done a Trick Room video or not. But anyways, that kind of rounds out the team. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we are. We got the team. Some quick things to note real quick is I did end up changing the Glacier's Terra type to Fire. It was Ice. And another thing as we get into our first game, we did have... Wait, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, let's lock it in. Alright, I forgot what I was going to say. It's all good. So we have Mousehold, Annihilate, and DD. I don't really see the need to... do need Trick Room? I mean, they're going to set up their own Trick Room. Mousehold and Annihilate is a tricky little wonker. I think a good lead into Mousehold and Annihilate would be Flutter Chi Yu, because then we could just go spread Dazzling Gleam, Heat Wave. If Annihilate Terras. The only issue is if it's Terra Fire. So honestly, I don't think a bad lead would be Landorus Flutter. I think Landorus Flutter is a cool lead, because I could always protect Flutter Main, go Terra Ground Earthquake, and just... but then we have Intimidate. That makes us tricky. Makes us very, very tricky. What if we go Amoonguss? Flutter. Or what if we bring... what if we bring Calyrex? Amoonguss, Flutter, Calyrex, Chi Yu. I don't think these are the right Pokemon to bring. I'm just trying to think. Mousehold and Annihilate is such a troublesome duo. I think the Chi Yu Flutter's a strong lead. I even think Landorus would be nice here. It's just Defiant. I don't want to activate Defiant. I'd have to one-hit KO the Annihilate, because that thing would just snowball. Grimmsnarl and Amoonguss. This is not what I expected. We have our own Amoonguss. What if we just Spore the Grimmsnarl and protect Flutter? What does that cover? I mean, Rage Powder doesn't affect Amoonguss because he's Grass type. So I can't... I think that covers for everything. If Grimmsnarl gets screens up, I mean, so be it. Is this an offensive Grimmsnarl? Or is he defensively Terra? Oh, it's a defensive Terra. That actually works really good for me because I have Calyrex in the back. So... But that actually... that makes things really, really awkward. Trick. What is it? Choice Specs or something? Choice Band? Okay. Puts me in a really precarious position. I did not expect a Terra Grass. What a fucking play. Good lord, and I can't... I have to switch into Amoonguss. What if we just... I say we let Flutter fall asleep here, because their duo is so passive. Like, what can they really do, you know? So we'll get a Choice Specs. So the light screen kind of negates the whole Chi Yu boost, but we'll get a spec, or not a specs, booster energy Amoonguss Spores. See, that's fine with me. Because now we have Chi-Yu Heat Wave. Oh. And we could actually Terra Grass Chi-Yu. Right? Terra Grass Heat Wave. And we just leave Flutter in. Like, what harm is that doing? Like I said, their duo is so passive. And now that kind of nullifies the Amoonguss. If it has Clear Smog Pollen Puff, that becomes an issue. Which most Amoonguss carry one or the other. But I would assume the Amoonguss is just going to Spore this turn. I don't see why it would attack. Parting Shot. That special attack drop's going to hurt. This Grimmsnarl's being a problem. But Amoonguss is kind of in a weird spot where it can't really do much. Great Tusk comes out. This is where it might be beneficial to switch back in the Amoonguss. Flare stays asleep, that's fine. We get a Heat Wave off, it misses Amoonguss, doesn't it? No, it misses Great Tusk. That... Oh, we missed both with Heat Wave? What is this? What? Oh, man. Come on. I think we just... What's the use in protecting? I think we switch in our Specs Amoonguss, bro, when we start firing off Pollen Puffs. Specs Amoonguss OP? Do get a Heat Wave off. It doesn't really do much. We finally hit... Oh, we get a burn. Thank God something goes my way. Holy cow. Iron Head comes out. Does absolutely nothing. Pollen Puff into his own... Does that heal the burn? It's Black Sludge Amoonguss. Okay, so that does not heal the burn. That's big. It's not like Lunar Blessing. Oh. Could Terra Blast. I don't see why they would stay in with the... I say we just get rid of this Amoonguss. Yeah, I don't see why they would stay in. What do they bring in? Grimmsnarl? Yeah, Grimmsnarl comes back in. This is their passive duo. So, I'm not too worried about this. Grimmsnarl almost gets KO'd. But, gets healed right back. Like I said, I'm not too worried about the Amoonguss. Or the Grimmsnarl. Like, it's annoying, yeah, but like... So I think we just switch into the Flutter. Grimmsnarl is probably going to Parting Shot. So we just get rid of Amoonguss. Amoonguss might protect here. But honestly, like I said, when you have these two out on the field, like, sure, you're being disruptive and annoying. But like, at the end of the day, are you even really... You're not picking up any knockouts or anything. So... Let's see what happens. This is a really slow game, though. Grimmsnarl can fake out, though. Which is why we're going to switch in Flutter. And we reset the drop. Parting Shot. Okay. That's fine. Flutter's asleep anyways. So... So we should get rid of the Amoonguss here. I don't know whose Amoonguss was faster. I didn't pay that much attention. Great Tusk comes back out. I'm not very worried about that. Clear Smog. That's actually a good play. Too bad it does absolutely nothing. See, he got... Wait. He got rid of my stats? Or he lowered my stats just to get rid of him with Clear Smog? What a play. So... Light Screen goes off. I think Grimmsnarl switches back in, but I think we Dazzling Gleam here, and we just Pollen Puff the Amoonguss. Oh. I'm praying Fluttermane wakes up. He withdraws Amoonguss. Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl? Okay. I like that. Now Fluttermane wakes up. This is a big turn. Such is life. Iron Head. Yeah, I was about to say we survived that. I'm not too worried. It was Pollen Puffs. Part of me wants to switch in Calyrex, but like, do we leave in Flutter? I think we'll go into... I think they switch in Amoonguss here, but I don't know which slot they switch Amoonguss into. It's probably Grimmsnarl. They probably parting shot the Flutter. Switch in. So I'm down to actually... Let's try this. I mean, at this point in time, I got to try to find a way to accelerate the battle. So let's just double switch. Although Chi, you switch into a Amoonguss Pollen Puff, probably could pick up a KO on one of the two weaklings. Personal parting shots. That's fine. I would assume Great Tusk just Iron Heads into the Flutter slot. Mousehole comes out. That's interesting. Yeah, that still does way more than I'd like. Go back into Amoonguss here. Mousehole, Mousehole, Mousehole. Great Tusk has Iron Head. It has priority. I say we protect here so we can get the Amoonguss in. Glacier is a problem for their whole team. I think what we do now, we have Amoonguss in. We lock in, since we're specs, we lock into... It's not a bad play. He gets a crit. Why is he getting all the RNGs? I missed 2 heat waves on the same turn. He gets a crit. The only thing I've gotten from me is a burn. I'd assume Grimmsnarl comes back in. Yeah. Actually, I think what's a good idea here is we switch into Flutter. Great Tusk isn't. I just realized Great Tusk isn't. Bro, what is this game? So we switch into Flutter. He goes close combat into Flutter. We get Flutter on the field. Pollen Puff the Grimmsnarl, who's probably going to parting shot the Flutter slot. Yeah. I mean, that's the easiest read. And he's going to go back into Mousehole. Oh, imagine I spore the Mousehole slot. Oh, that would have been big. No, we Ice Spinners. Wow, what a play. Wow, that did so much damage to Mousehole. I guess I am specs now. Bro, what is this game? So I'm going to bet everything on this turn. Right? We're going to Pollen Puff my own Flutter. Flutter's going to wake up. We get this attack off. Oh, wow. That's Scarfed. That's Scarfed Mousehole. And we don't wake up. Come on, please. Flutter. So Scarf Mousehole. Bro, why does RNG hate me, bro? Being locked into specs is an issue. Oh man, I think I just lose the battle off of that. Yeah, it does absolutely nothing, dog. Okay, I was about to say, I expect burnt. Close, about voice crack there. We got the berry. Nice. We're sure you get a double knockout here almost. Or not a double, but... So now, like, what do they have? They have Mousehold, right? And Grimmsnarl. That's literally their only offense. So if I can find a way to keep Calyrex alive, part of me wants to switch in. Grimmsnarl's going Parting Shot. So if Grimmsnarl Parting Shots Calyrex goes into... What if we just double protect here? Oh, fuck. Can't double protect. Let's try this. Grimmsnarl goes to Parting... Can he Parting Shot if I protect? No. Okay. Oh, he doubled into the Glastrier. Oh, this is massive. Now the Amoonguss comes out. My question is Amoonguss quicker or Glastrier? Glastrier is base 30 speed. Amoonguss is like base 30 as well, right? Yeah, but I don't think Amoonguss typically runs any speed investment. So now what we do is we just switch in Chi-Yu. We just start firing off Icicle Crashes. Who is the most problematic? I would say Amoonguss, because I don't want Glastrier to go to sleep. This is where we just pop off. Right? Light screen goes up. I guess he doesn't have Reflect. Amoonguss is faster. Ah! It must have been a speed tie. It's alright. I think we're just chilling now. So now we can just start firing off Heat Waves. The light screen does make things interesting, but I think we just switch out Calyrex. I don't even think we need Calyrex. Bro, this game has been going on for like 30 minutes. It's been a 20-minute game. We do give up our attack boost, but it's not the end of the world. Now our Amoonguss is happy and healthy. So you can Parting Shot? Who did I miss this time, bro? I swear. I'm gonna lose my mind. See, but the Amoonguss, its only attack is Clear Smog, right? So he just nullifies all the changes. Oh, no, he has Pull and Puff and Clear Smog? Honestly, at this point in time, I don't think I would mind Chi-Yu getting knocked out. Bro, I cannot hit a Heat Wave for anything. But at the end of the day, I think their team was just so passive. They didn't do anything. Bro, I've missed 4 Heat Waves in one game. Oh my god. I don't even know. Luckily, I think I played this game pretty well. So now I can just Pollen Puff my own Glastrier, get it full HP, and just wait until it wakes up. I don't think there's any way we lose this game. Obviously, it's not going to. That does more than I'd like it to, but. Yeah, so now we got our full HP Glastrier. And it's just going to knock out Amoonguss when the time comes. But with the way my RNG has been this game, 3 minutes left. Oh, wow. Battle's canceled. Okay. Bro, that was crazy. We went Choice Specs Amoonguss, missed 4 Heat Waves. Like, I don't even know what to say to that battle. We might just do 2 battles, honestly, because that took way longer than I wanted it to. Okay. So this looks like a good game for Trick Room. I would imagine they go with like a Rillaboom Tornadus combo or like a Tornadus Urshifu. So I think I mean, a really passively would be Cresselia Amoonguss. What does that do? We can redirect. Fake Out goes before. What if we lead Cresselia, Flutter, Ally Switch, fire off an attack? Because we ball. But is it really right to bring 2 really passive support Pokemon with Cresselia and Amoonguss? Do I really even like Amoonguss in this matchup? Do I even really like Trick Room? I mean, I kind of need to get Trick Room up. What if I bring Lando Calrissian? Let's try that. I don't know if I can avoid the Fake Out. That could also be Dark Urshifu, which could pose really big problems for me. So, we'll see. We shall see. So that's Sneasler. So I do like the idea of not going for a Trick Room here, and we just Ally Switch. And we... Dude, what if we just go all in? Terra Fairy and Dazzling Gleam. Actually, I don't know if I like that. I think we just Trick Room. Switch into Landorus. We give up our booster energy bonus, which is rather unfortunate. We could have just protected, but get the attack drop on Sneasler. Wait. A normal gym Fake Out? Why did... What on earth is this turn? What? Were they trying to read me into ally switching? I think I could lock into Stomping Tantrum here. A normal gym Fake Out. What on earth did I just witness? Am I missing something here? Is it explosion? Does it get... Is it about to KO itself? Terrifying. Oh, of course. Why wouldn't it be terrifying? Okay. So Tailwinds. Cool. Acrobatics. Oh, I see why. But that does absolutely nothing. It's a good try, though. We still get Trick Room up. I'm confused. Their tactics confuse me. Just when you think you see it all in this game, some stuff like this comes out, and you just don't know what to expect. I kind of want to get rid of this Tornadus. And I think we switch into Glastrier. If we take an attack, take an attack. A Rain Dance into Bleakwind Storm could be pretty, not cool. We do save Intimidate. Taunt comes out. I mean, that doesn't really matter to me. I've already got Trick Room up. But, yeah, we do have... It's a little too late for that, partner. Not much damage. Fire Claw. Yeah, we should resist that pretty well. Oh, so the question is, do I Terra? I think we just Lunar Blessing, Terra Fire, and just start firing attacks off. Get rid of this, like I said, get rid of the Tornadus. He's going to taunt again. So I don't think we get the Lunar Blessing off. But, you know, we got it. I would assume the Sneasler is going to close combat into Calyrex. I keep calling this thing Calyrex. This last year. Yeah, taunt comes back out. Which is fine. So now we get the attack boost. Tornadus is gone. Honestly, but leaving it on the field might not have been a bad idea because that thing was kind of useless. But now we can't Lunar Blessing. It's all good. Oh, gee. That does more than I'd like, but at the end of the day, this thing's probably sashed. Oh, I forgot we even had a berry. So let's see. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I think we switch Cresselia out into the Landorus. Because I would assume Urshifu comes out, right? But we can't protect in front of an Urshifu. Yeah, Urshifu comes out. Galar Champion. Fancy. And it's Rapid Strike Rapido. So why don't we just full send the Urshifu? Right? We're faster. Does it detect? Oh, if it detects, that'll be a problem. But what's stopping me from doing this twice in a row, you know? Fruit Aqua Jets. That does more than I'd like as well. Stomping Tantrum to Psychic KO. It does KO. Was that a crit? No, it wasn't a crit. Wow, Cresselia, my queen. Airball comes out. Yeah. He gets a sleep. Not very cash money. Tailwind Pewter's out, but I don't really think that matters. Now, Urshifu is probably the biggest threat he had in the back. And now, I mean, what's stopping me from just switching in you? Getting another Intimidate down, and then we just boom to you. Feature and Protect's cool, but like, at the end of the day, I think we're kind of set up to kind of sweep. Kind of set up to sweep this in game. These games are kind of slow, but I mean, Glacier is just popping off. It's just not even fair. I honestly wouldn't mind if Sneasler knocked it out. That way I can just switch into Flutterman and end the game. But Acrobatics comes out. Still intimidated. Does absolutely nothing. Well. So now, I don't know if Sneasler would be quicker, but we'll just pop this out there and see what happens. Fake out? Question mark? Rock Slide comes in. Gets it to Sash. Actually, no, it was normal gym. It's not sashed. Oh, wow. Crazy times. Crazy time, crazy time. Communication. I mean, he just rage quit. Like, why did bro wait that long to rage quit? I mean, I don't think he's winning. Or did I disconnect? I won that game. You know it. You saw it here. I won that. Alright, we got our last and final game. Ooh. They have their own Trick Room. This is interesting because they have really fast pace with Landorus. Wait. This isn't even a Trick Room team. That might be an Imprison. Ooh, what do we go? I bet we go Flutter Chi-Yu. Although I do really like Glastrier here. Glacier's really good into their team. But I also like this. What if we just bring Glastrier in the back? Can it take a hit? It can take a hit from just about everything on their team. And with Barrier, we get recovery. I kind of like Glastrier in the back. It's probably not the best idea, but we'll see. I don't have a lot of good ideas. Because Glacier just gets so much effective damage into the other team. So much super effective damage, I should say. Not just effective. The only thing I gotta watch out for is just missing attacks. You know. Cresselia and Baojan. So I think no matter what Chin Pao does, as long as we don't miss, we should pick up the knockout on it. So I like the idea of a Dazzling Gleam into a Heat Wave. If it Terra Ghost, I still think we pick up the knockout. We could go all in on the Cresselia. We could force a Terra out of Cresselia here, which actually wouldn't be bad at all either. There's a lot of different things that can happen here. Like, if you're the opponent, you're like, oh, Flutter Chi Yu, you could Dark Pulse Shadow Ball, so you force a Terra. Or you can read into what I'm doing. That's not good. I think Helping Hand actually KOs. Yep. Tough. Alright, watch. We're going to miss a Heat Wave here. I did not expect Helping Hand. Oh, well, we hit the Heat Wave. Bring it to Sash. Okay, so... I don't think we can bring in Homeboy. I would assume Cresselia is just going to Lunar Blessing here. But I don't think Lunar Blessing would heal it all the way up, would it? Now, what do I get out of Terastallizing Calyrex? Do I get anything? Do I get anything out of Terrafire? If they have Landorus in the back, it's going to be a problem. I don't think we Terrafire. I think we just go Heat Wave again. I would assume Cresselia Lunar Blessing. Right? It could have Sacred Sword, though. That might be a problem. Helping Hand Sacred Sword with the defense drop might actually KO. Well, that's actually good. That's fine. We're sashed. We just gotta hit our attacks. Makes me regret that I used Heavy Slam, though. Imagine like a Heavy Slam crit. Be kind of cool. Wow. 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 Landorus comes out. Okay. I mean, the Intimidate's cool and all, but like, at the end of the day, what do you do with Landorus here? Terra Flying, but I still think Terra Flying you get KO'd. I think we just Heat Wave again. Oh, it could be Scarf Landorus. No, we Protect in case it's Scarfed. See what it locks into. It could lock into Rock Slide. Rock Slide would be kind of an issue. It's going to be Terra Flying, I would imagine, and then Rock Slide. Which probably brings us to our berry for sure. Terra Ice? What on earth? Bro, I'm going up against the strangest sets today. Helping Hand. I'm so lost. Earthquake. Why would you Helping Hand Earthquake, though? Yeah, that doesn't even... Okay. So, I still don't know the speed tiers here. I don't know if... What do I have in the back? Wait, I have my own Landorus. What am I doing? What if we swap... Actually, let's keep you in. We need to get rid of you. And then we switch you into you. That'll preserve Chi Yu for the end game. I don't know who their last Pokemon is. And I think even with a Helping Hand, as long as we don't get crit, we should survive this and pick up a KO on Landorus. In fact, it'll bring us to our berry. Oh yeah, and we have the attack drop. Rock Solid comes out. Wow, that did way more than I thought it would. He gets a crit. Dude, I have the worst luck today. What is going on? Dazzling Gleam. Okay, that'll give me an attack boost. Now, if this thing has Terra Blast, that makes things not cool. Oh. Terra Fire or Terra Ground or Terra Fire? Well, Terra Fire gets me absolutely nothing. So I think Terra Ground's probably our play. Terra Ground EQ sounds devastating. Let's see what happens here. I think Landorus dies though. Especially if Flutter goes into like a Moonblast. I'm just really worried their Landorus is probably Scarfed. It's kind of hard to determine the speed tiers when I'm using really slow Pokemon, you know. But I think it's natural to assume that their Landorus is Scarfed. Dazzling Gleam comes out. How much does this do? Oh my god. It's Life Orb. Oh, we get our Earthquake off first. Let's go. They should pick up a double KO. I hope. Oh, yeah. Okay, we finally get a crit. Thank you, game. Thank you. I needed some luck. Needed some RNG to go my way, you know? It's been a rough day on the RNG category. Wait, that was it? I didn't even know that was the end of the game. I thought he had another Pokemon. Oh, we'll take that, baby. Let's go. 3 in a row? I don't think I've had a video like that in a while.